Hey guys, it's the Chad, and if you've ever owned a 1967 to 72 Chevy or GMC truck before, I bet you've seen this. Now these door handles are extremely durable, and it's nothing for them to last 50 plus years, but we always have a failure. It's the button. It likes to play peekaboo inside the door, and it's really hard to get your claws all the way into this to pop that door. You can go out and buy new handles, or you can be cheap like me, and I'll show you how to fix the original ones for free. So the first thing we have to do is remove the door handle. Now to do that, you got to get your claw in here somehow. If you can't get your finger, get a screwdriver or stick, something long, and try to depress that door handle. Once we get the door open, now we have to get the door panel off. Now it depends which type of door panel you have, where the screws are, if you have a removable armrest, whatever it may be. Now once we got the door panel off, we need to reach into the bottom of the door and hopefully you can find the rest of the parts to the handle. There's my backer plate. Now there also should be a spring down here somewhere, hopefully. Voila. So these are the two parts that you're gonna need, the backer plate and the spring. Now that we've got the door panel off, you can see there's two access holes for the 7/16 bolts that connect the door handle to the door. As we go inside the door, you can actually see the button cockeyed off to the side. It should be facing straight in. Now we're gonna go through and take out the 7/16 bolts and remove the actual handle. So I've got the door handle out. Now we can take a look at the different parts. So we actually have the handle itself, the button, these are our springs, and then the backer plate. As you can see with our new handle, the backer plate is wedged and kind of crimped in here, and that's the failure point. These tabs get bent and then they break off, and that's why the backer plate and the spring shoots off inside of the door. I've seen several different ways of people repairing these handles. Now I've seen people going through and putting pop rivets in here to hold this back plate on. I've seen people use wire or zip ties, but it's pretty easy to go through, slide the button back in, put your springs on, put your backer plate on the correct direction, and then go through and tack it back together. So you can see on the back side of the door handle these tabs, and this is usually what happens. After years of use, these tabs fold back up and this backer plate pops off, or they tend to break. So if you're lucky, you can come back in and just get a hammer and tap these tabs back over, and that should hold. If it doesn't, you're gonna have to go to the next step. So if you were wondering if you can weld this backer plate back on, the answer is no. Now, the backer plate itself is steel, but the handle backing is pot metal, so it just likes to melt. Most likely these tabs are still gonna be here. If they are, we just pound them down a little bit, but if your tabs are missing, you're gonna have to find an alternative way. It's easy to come in with a drill, small drill bit, and run some very thin gauged wire, crisscross it, and that should work too. If you wanna see more awesome content like this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. So I've got my MacGyvering done. Tabs are bent down. Ooh, works good. Let's go put it back in the truck. So now we have our like new door handle. We're just gonna install it in the reverse order. So for less than 10 minutes of time, I went from having a non-functional door handle to one that opens. If you want to save yourself a bunch of money for less than 10 minutes of your time, you can go from a handle that doesn't work to one that works just like new, or kind of new, or functional.